actually called What If God Were One of Us? And it starts with her quote, what if God were one of us, just a stranger on the bus? And it also, probably the first time that Joan Osborne and Walt Whitman will ever be on the page together, it has a quote from Walt Whitman that says, the sidewalks are littered with postcards from God. I once was approached by one of those online companies that send out daily spiritual messages. You know the kind. Each day you get a pithy paragraph about peace or contentment and meditation. And they were hunting for new writers and had somehow found me. So their editor asked for some sample postings, and I obliged. And I got back a rather agitated call. Hey, excuse me, but what's with all the stories? She asked in a tense voice. We wanted snappy universal truths that people can relate to. Our organization is about God, not all these extraneous details you're telling us. If you want to write for us, just keep the personalities out, okay? But I couldn't. I had loved tales of the divine in irregular life ever since I was a child. I'd obsessively collect them the way some people do rare wines or Barbies. Any story of a miracle or strange synchronicity held me captive. Over time, the divine and the mundane had become completely intertwined in my mind, one and the same. So I answered, well, what if God is the story? What if the divine is constantly igniting roadside flares to get our attention? And what if there actually is a supreme organizing principle with a wild and unbridled sense of humor? And what if we each have this ardent inner lover who's constantly writing us letters every day that go unopened? She said she had to go. Just as well. Some spiritual groups believe that as we evolve, all the details of our individuality are buffed away into some sanitized white light sameness. Any uniqueness is derided as ego. You see this where members mimic an idea of how to be spiritual. Personal style, language, and mannerisms are all erased or punished. An eerie, jargon-slinging, one-size-fits-all Stepford seeker emerges. And the other route? Well, hey, you know, maybe it's the raucous celebration of God's diversity, just like in nature. The way a lush field of wildflowers bursts open every spring, each type completely different, colorful, and bedazzled. I mean, just take a look at the history of saints and mystics throughout history. Eccentric and unique as hell, the whole lot of them. Uninterested in following spiritual rule books, they were on fire to know the undiluted truths of their own souls. Many lovers of Jesus admit that he was a straight-talking rabble-rouser who might not have been led into most modern churches. And the Indian saint Sikarana lived on a pile of garbage, while the mystic Laleshwari wandered through the Calcutta streets, half naked and mad with divine love. The Buddhist goddess Tara was born when a feisty princess was told by monks that she couldn't become enlightened as a woman. And she proved them dead wrong and became a bodhisattva for all time. So what if the highest expression of the personal divine is actually you? Precisely as you are, right now, in this very moment, in all your full, authentic, and wounded glory. Just wondering.
Thank you. Oh, one more time, ladies. We definitely will be around afterwards. We have a table in the back with their books, and they'll be there. Ask them questions, give them big hugs, pat them on the head, all sorts of lovely divine things. Thank you so much, Tosha. Ladies and gentlemen, we just have a few more acts as we wind down this glorious evening. So now, how about Circus Finale with just a little bit more music?